this is the only thing I wanted to point out. Like, it's not the subject matter. Like in this case, it's clear it's not just the subject matter. It's not like, oh, we can't talk about Hitler at all. It's not that, because if we couldn't talk about Hitler at all, there wouldn't be educational content around it. There wouldn't be anything around it, right? It's kind of just like, nope.
All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Three Wise Guys podcast. How is everyone doing?
This is how I'm doing. I was thinking about how it's actually really dumb that Dalapo would ever roast anyone for like the intro when the intro is actually not the intro of the podcast. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we edit a clip onto the intro, so it's like,
okay.
But like, the intro actually doesn't matter at all. You know?
He was roasting us before we were doing that.
I was like, that's like, come on, man.
And by the way, we do the intro, but we still like do the welcome to the podcast.
Yeah,
right.
Fair.
Come on, Luke.
Yeah.
Like it's a
Give
little,
him a little bit. I'm the only one who was making fun of it. I'll give him credit.
Yeah, like that was a little disappointing. I feel like you were trying to do like a little social media, like cut out, like, you know, pick selective information, paint someone a certain way. I don't know. Like, I think your marketing agency is having too much of an effect on you.
Your distaste of our intros is not propaganda.
I was gonna say, man, coming from a government like Nigeria, I think you know all about propaganda too.
That's exactly why I'm calling it out. We're trying to be better. We're trying to be better here.
I'm calling the experts for mass extermination.
There you go. Like, I know a rat when I see one. Okay?
Well, we had fun this weekend, didn't we?
Did you?
Did we?
I had fun. I was watching Arsenal lose.
Oh yes, yeah.
I was very happy about that, actually.
Man,
I know 90% of the world, those 10% that's Arsenal fans, you know, they were not happy, but I was pretty happy.
The Arsenal hate watch was like, I won't lie, I didn't think I expected it to be that way. One of my friends, Tayo, is he's such a fake Arsenal fan. Like,
you watched the game with Tayo?
Yeah, I watched it. Like,
That's even better.
Yeah, no, but Tayo's such a fake fan. I love you, man.
Is he like, I love the sport? Like, is that his angle?
No, he's because of what Arsenal has been since for the last 23 years.
So like us.
Yeah, so he became like a Man City fan. And then people, like, you know, like we're getting on him for, like, obviously, like, no one's a like, growing up, no one was ever a Man City fan, because Man City wasn't really it wasn't really a team. Like, if I see someone that's my age and they tell me a Man City fan, that tells me a lot more about them than like, you know, it should.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. And so Tayo's doing that, and he was one of those where he's like, I figure out the team I support at the end of the game, kind of, you know. I'm just here for a good game. But
so
like,
I want to know what compelled him to support Arsenal.
No, like, you know, a lot of these things, like, it's growing up, right? Like,
it's the legacy that.
Yeah, it's the legacy. Like, I don't know, but I can imagine some people in his family loved watching Arsenal games and stuff like that. That doesn't matter. So I went to hate watch the game with my buddy. And funny enough, with one of his other friends as well, who is a Man U fan and a Real Madrid fan. So it was two of us hate watching, supporting
and Real Madrid.
Yeah, he's like a real Man U fan. It's Ronaldo. It's the same way. Like, it's so funny because, like, I guess as someone that used to watch it as a kid, like, you can figure out like why people support maybe second teams. He's like, he started watching Man U in the Cristiano Ronaldo era. Fell in love with Ronaldo. Still loves Man U. Ronaldo moved to Real Madrid. Do you know what I mean? Started watching Ronaldo on Real Madrid and like fell in love and like continued. Like, now Ronaldo's in fucking Saudi and shit. So it's like he's supporting the teams.
He's out here, salamu alaikum.
Hey, man. He just won the league. Shout out Ronaldo. He won the Saudi league. After 3 years. No,
You see-
Ronaldo's my idol too, like
The-
football guy too. So
The Arsenal example you could almost say this is what happens when there isn't a strong father figure in a home. You start looking for father figures externally. You start supporting other teams.
other teams,
And
literally.
then, like, your father comes back at the age of 30 when you're 30, when you're successful.
Yeah.
And then, like, you're like, fuck. Like,
you know, literally. And like, it's funny because he's like one leg in, one leg out.
right.
Because he's like, like, is
prefer-
Arsenal really good? Because even the way they won the league this year wasn't the most convincing. And, you know, people say they play haram ball, which is like, you know, they just play so defensive.
I learned what that was this
Anti-football.
weekend,
Yeah, you learned about haram ball this
Yeah.
weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like, but it was extremely entertaining. Like, we went to a bar, Victory Cafe on Bloor. Man, the energy was palpable. Like, people like driving on the streets would just stop and like gather around. And like people, you could see like people didn't know what was happening, but they were like, you know, they were like, what is going on there? There's like a lot of jerseys, there's a lot of people shouting, like, you know, the Leafs aren't playing, and what's the name of the other team?
The Canadians are.
No.
Oh, the Montreal Canadiens.
No. The baseball team.
Oh, the Jays.
The Jays.
Like,
Like,
what's the name of that other team?
I forget, man.
like-
I mean,
It's insane. We went to the watch party together.
we did, and I watched the playoffs last year. It's just like, shout out Okamoto, but everybody else do better.
He knows
Including you.
Okamoto's name. He doesn't know
Yeah.
the team name.
Including you, Vladdy.
Yeah.
I'm like a social fan.
You know, I saw this tweet where is this Chelsea fan from Kenya
Okay.
that traveled
Oh, I saw
to
that.
Budapest.
Yeah, to
They
hate.
hate watch Arsenal. They're like, why are you here? He's like, I want to see Arsenal lose.
Yeah, London is still blue.
London bleeds blue.
Yeah, so
London bleeds blue.
Where was
Great, great tweets from the Chelsea Football Club after.
It's one of the first, like, they've done two good things in a row. Let's not jinx it, okay? Like, Chelsea Football Club has not done very many good things in a row, like, consistently, okay? We got a decent coach, and we made a nice post. I won't go too deep, but yeah, it was great. It was great watching the game. Not as entertaining as you'd have liked, but the suspense was real. It got to penalties.
I thought it was quite entertaining up until overtime, until after regulation. Like up until the end of regulation, I thought it was interesting. And then, what's his face got injured near the inside of the extra time. The Arsenal player.
The defender.
Yeah, the
with his
defender.
leg, yeah.
And then basically they didn't have any subs.
Subs, yeah.
So they were basically playing with 10 men because this one guy couldn't do anything. So they would just park the bus for like the second half of overtime.
But no, they parked the bus from the beginning. That's part of the haram ball. It was so crazy where, like, one of the best things and the worst things about Arsenal was coming from a Chelsea fan, at least, their shape was so disciplined. Like, I would be like, normally when you're watching like a football game, like, the players are kind of like scattered everywhere. The defenders are out of the frame. You can maybe see the midfielders or the strikers, or maybe the strikers are out of the frame. With Arsenal watching this game, and I would encourage people to, like, I'm sure Arsenal fans, this is maybe the first full Arsenal game I've watched this season anyway. Man, their whole shape was inside the entire frame. Like, you could see all 10,
Every player on the screen.
every 10 player, like all 10 players on the Arsenal squad was almost on the screen every time. Like, it was
PSG
like,
couldn't do anything.
No,
they were just
exactly.
passing the ball, and there was no way in.
It was really hard. Like, it's a little beautiful to watch in terms of just the shape and just how consistent they were keeping, and, like, you know, like, just moving. Like, really, as a unit, you could see the line of defenders, the line of the midfielders, the line of the attackers, like, consistently. But it was also kind of like a little annoying because it's like, it's not entertaining football.
It's not entertaining, and it's not entirely difficult, I don't think, to just forego offense entirely and have everyone just basically not run.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Whatever. I thought that was kind of lame. I don't really like penalties either. I just really wanted to see Arsenal lose. So that's why I stuck around to the end.
It's a good penalty if Arsenal loses.
And they missed two shots. None of the
was saved.
Nothing was saved.
Yeah.
They just missed two shots. And the last one was just it was good. At the end of it, they showed this one Arsenal fan crying. He was bawling his eyes out. At the very end of it, you saw that one.
I did.
He was just in the crowd, and then it was right after the last goal, and then it just shows his face, and he's like, and then I'm sitting there with my buddy. We're laughing at him. We're like, "Yo, this guy is in Hungary right now, having the worst day of his life," and we're just two dudes in a living room in Canada laughing at him.
Literally.
Look at this loser right here.
You guys were definitely not the only people in the world doing that.
No.
That
was funny.
Like in that moment,
Hey,
man.
Consolation. Arsenal, they are the champions of England for the first time in over 20 years. So I think they just had their parade on Sunday.
They did.
Yeah.
There was someone with a PSG jersey. I saw a video.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there was this guy with one with a the cops came and confiscated the jersey.
I was gonna say you don't do that.
And they took it off him and they took it out of his hand. He was
At
shirtless.
that point, that's dangerous.
Well, yeah, I don't think it was doing anything crazy, but yeah, I mean,
Well, at an Arsenal parade,
outside of wearing a PSG shirt at an Arsenal parade.
yeah, that's. I think the last thing about this was, did you notice the stands? What did you notice in the stands?
Everyone was an Arsenal fan.
Man.
Everyone is an Arsenal fan. It's because they have nothing better to do with it.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right, there we go.
they have nothing better to do. They're like, okay, we're gonna go to Hungary for the weekend.
No,
People like
We're gonna go to Hungary and be disappointed.
it was a little overwhelming.
It was
Yeah.
It was a little crazy. I was like, shit. Like, I don't think I've seen the finals this lopsided, like in terms of fandom. Because it was funny, first half I saw it, right? Like in terms of the stand where Arsenal was, and like I was like, lots of Arsenal fans. And then they switched because they switched during halftime. And I was like, oh, PSG scoring here now. And I'm like, fuck. It's still all Reds. Like, so yeah, incredible. Shout out to PSG, back-to-back champions.
Back to back.
They might be in their Real Madrid era, where
Dang.
they might be going for a three-peat or something. But
getting rid of Mbappe was the best thing for them.
literally, and
It's
now
just,
Madrid
they
can't.
hadn't. He just there was too much gravity towards him on the field.
Yeah.
I feel like they just struggled with building a structure around him that was fluid. Because you have no choice. It's unfortunate because some of these players are so good, but then they force you to just change everything for them. And if it doesn't work, you're kind of screwed. If it doesn't work, sometimes it works, right? Like
It hasn't worked with
obviously
Mbappe yet.
It hasn't worked with Mbappe. It
Except
worked
the World Cup.
Except the World Cup. Well, World Cup has its own mechanics. I think World Cup and club football are just
Completely
different things. Like the principles, they're not transferable at all. But for example, that's why I worked with like Steph in OKC. You know what I mean? He was just I don't know, there was just something about him. You build around him and it works, but then maybe it doesn't work with KD and OKC, right? So
Yeah,
I don't know. I think it's one of those situations.
It
And
is
like
a
right now, I don't know what's going on with Real Madrid. I don't think they're doing too well either. I mean, well,
Mbappe's toxic.
he's toxic.
He's like the locker room. The Real Madrid locker room is horrible right now. That's what it is.
I feel like I feel like we get that headline every time like a star goes to a player and then things don't go the way that they need them to go.
It's never been this bad. There was punches in the Real Madrid locker room.
Oh, yeah?
Someone got rushed to the hospital.
Oh yeah.
Punches.
Hospital.
Wow.
Yeah. No, like the Real Madrid locker room turmoil is at an all-time high. Like they brought in like Mourinho as their new coach, and everyone like university understands like Mourinho is a crazy disciplinarian, and we're like, yeah, we totally see it. So
When did they bring Mourinho in?
it's like 3 days ago.
Okay, because now I'm gonna start watching Real Madrid. Now I'm gonna start. That's my guy. Now I'm gonna start watching Real Madrid.
So, Mourinho is the only person with a bigger ego than
I'm saying that's it. Every team he coaches is exciting football to watch. I think. Yeah.
He's like my way or the highway kind of guy.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
That's the best way to describe.
But not in like a hillbilly redneck kind of way.
No.
Like I drink wine and cheese in Europe.
Yeah, and you're
It's like really entertaining.
and not just to his players, it's also to the media.
Probably his family.
Yeah, to
His family. Too.
sometimes to the owners.
That's a consistent man.
He's a consistent
That
man.
is a consistent man.
He is absolutely consistent.
He absolutely
He's one of the most well-regarded football managers of all time.
There you go. I mean, that's a pretty hard status to fucking beat, man. Like,
Yeah.
Jesus.
We love Jose Mourinho.
But yeah,
And then so another big game on Saturday as well. Game 7, OKC and San Antonio, and there was tears in OKC. But it wasn't OKC players. It was Wemby.
Yeah, I was gonna say. It wasn't OKC crying. It was
Blubber baby. He's a big crybaby.
Man, like,
I'm happy for him. I'm really happy.
How old is he?
He's like 19.
Really?
Yeah, last year was his first year.
No, this is his third season.
This is third season.
Yeah, this is his third season.
Yeah, he's 20.
He's been injured. He's been injured 2 seasons. Yeah, 21 is still insane. Yeah. But like, yeah, no, he did cry and incredible. 22.
Born in 2004.
2004 is insane.
Yeah.
Fuck
now. Anyways, I'm really happy for him, but he's definitely a big blubber baby. But I'm really happy for him. He deserves it.
Yeah,
he deserves it.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna come to his defense, but I was like, "There's no need." Yeah, like it was very emotional.
Yeah,
and it's one of those things where I don't think anyone in history or in the future or in the present will ever mistake that Wemby was the single driving force for this entire championship run and this team. Mm-hmm. Like the influence of him, the singular influence of him on the team and on the franchise, that's kind of like an Elon Musk on the world economy, or like a LeBron on the NBA, or like a Tom Brady. I was gonna say Patrick Mahomes, but that might be a bit biased. But Tom Brady on the NFL, like as a single 22-year-old kid, he's kind of, and with going to the finals, he's reoriented the way the NBA is kind of like scheduled like to go, right? So incredible accomplishment. Like even if he doesn't win a championship this year, like
this is huge. He'll be back.
There's
100% going to be back. This is the beginning of a massive run.
He's going to be back, and he's going to get multiple championships, and it's going to be incredible to watch because his game is also entertaining. Right?
Yeah, like he's just a really big guy who can shoot threes. Like, who doesn't like to see that? Man?
You know what I mean?
He literally has the slowest size up you've ever seen in your life. It's insane. It's kind of as if like Giannis is sizing you up from the 3-point line, except he's actually going to make the shot.
Exactly.
And he's not going to lose the ball either. But in his first,
stop taking shots against my guy.
Okay, fine. I don't need to. You can just watch his games. But in his first 3 years, this is his trophy case in the first 3 years of his career. 2-time NBA All-Star. All-NBA first team, 1 time. NBA Defensive Player of the Year, 1 time. Wow. 2-time NBA All-Defensive first team.
Wow.
In his rookie year and this year, by the way.
Because he was injured.
Yeah. NBA Rookie of the Year, NBA All-Rookie first team, and 3 times for every single season he's been playing, he's been the NBA blocks leader.
Wow.
Every single season he played, he's been the NBA blocks leader.
That's insane, man.
I think he's been in the MVP discussion
this year.
Yeah, this
year. That was it. It was just this year.
It was
just this year.
I was gonna say, like, people were
saying. Sorry. It was either last year or the year before he was DPOY conversation.
Yeah.
He just didn't.
Gobert won us.
Yeah, I think Gobert won.
Yeah, Gobert's won like 6 times. Yeah, stupid.
Gobert. That's why he's there.
These French people, man.
Yeah.
I was gonna say. Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
Enough. Maybe that's why Wemby's so good.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say I did see a lot of talk online that like this was kind of a mirror to the Arsenal like PSG match in the sense that like people kind of don't like OKC, and you guys were telling me about like how they kind of like game the system, the SGA's James Harden 2.0 whatever and all that shit.
I wouldn't blame OKC for that. I'll blame Shea for that.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Maybe not like OKC
because people like OKC. Sam Presti, people love Sam Presti.
People love Sam Presti
because he just did like an unbelievable thing by like with this team. Anyway, sorry.
But I think the other storyline I did see as well was like they've like yes, Wemby like as a whole insane, but like I think there's a lot of flowers just to be given in general to like the Spurs starting 5. You know what I mean? Like one of the things I think that I was seeing online was De'Aaron Fox coming back. And the factor that played because just looking through the stats, I think like game 1 they were basically saying like the Spurs should not have won game 1. Like that's what people were saying. Like due to the number of turnovers, like they were saying like Wemby just put up basically a generational performance in game 1.
Yes,
like,
he did.
Did like everything, was everywhere, all that. And then they were like, there's no way Wemby does this for 3 more wins.
Mhm.
And they needed to kind of like solve this turnover problem, blah, blah, blah. De'Aaron Fox kind of comes back, starts to like run the floor a little bit better. So I think like it is like something truly special where, and the other thing that I think is really cool that we're starting to see in the NBA is like obviously every single like team that wins like the finals is always like they have superstars, but it's like
Yeah.
it does feel like there's less of that, like just to me as an outsider that doesn't watch the NBA as much as you guys, like there's less of like the LeBron in Miami era where like you just go and make the super team and then the super team like almost like guaranteed is gonna like dominate in like the next like 4 to 5 years, and then basically you get 4 to 5 super teams just all competing against each other. Like that era very much like feels like it's been over, and it might have started like with the Raptors championship run where it's more about like
Good
building up
riddance.
the chemistry and like all this stuff. But yeah,
Good riddance to those bastards who ruined basketball.
It was some of the best basketball. I think
Very entertaining.
if we look
Yeah.
back, that might have been the peak of NBA
just in
viewership
terms of
in
action,
like our lifetime, like the storylines. Like,
Viewership. It was all optimized for viewership.
yeah, it was viewership. Like if you think, I think those are probably peak. But I think Luke, you mentioned something very important. I made it all Wemby, all about Wemby, but there's I think 6 or 7 other players, and I think I was talking.
Castle.
Yeah, Castle, Dylan Harper,
Yeah.
De'Aaron Fox, as you mentioned.
He's the guy's
Um,
name Champagne.
Yes,
Yeah.
Shem. Sinking the threes, man. Like, look at that. Like, I never heard of the
Yeah.
guy before,
The
but
threes, grabbing his boards, putting
Yeah.
up rebounds,
Yeah.
second chance
Hustling.
points.
yeah, like we just kept hearing his name, and I was like, who's this?
Wait, how the hell do
Champagne
you even
kid?
spell that?
Yeah, I have no,
Like, the
I have
only
no
thing in
clue.
my head is how the hell do you spell his name?
I have no clue.
And by the way, you know it's spelled Champagne, like
Mm.
CHAMPAGNIE.
Okay.
But they like I don't think it's actually pronounced Champagne,
Mm.
but that's just how they were saying.
That is how they were pronouncing
They were
it.
saying it like that on TV.
But it was incredible, man. Like just a very young team figuring it out. And I think you're so right. And funny enough, you're not even like an NBA watcher, but the observation is still astute where we've moved. And I think I was mentioning this or bringing this up to Aria. We've moved from the super team era, like, top heavy teams, to now the best teams in the NBA are the deep teams, right? They're the teams that can go like top 9 players in their bench will play the playoffs. Like the Spurs are that way. OKC is that way. The Knicks are that way. I don't know about the Cavs. I don't know much about the Cavs, but maybe they're not that way. But either way, like the Knicks have definitely been going deep in their bench during these playoffs run. So it's not like, oh, if you beat their first 6 or 7 players, you're good.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you got to beat their 9 players. And I was telling Arya, like, oh, like people like OG have emerged as a star in the Knicks, like during this playoff run. Like, it's not just Cat and Jalen Brunson. Mikal Bridges is like, people are talking a lot about Mikal Bridges. There's Jordan Clarkson. There's Josh Hart. Like I've just mentioned, like, why do I know this many people on the Knicks?
They're all relevant.
Yeah, they're all relevant, and it's similar with OKC. Like OKC is, we know this kid. He came from the bench, the TikTok kid.
He came from the bench. I thought he was drafted like 3 years ago.
Yeah. But he was like, when they traded him, I think he comes off the bench. He's not a starter for OKC.
Oh, so he's not a starter now.
Yeah, Jaden
Alright.
McCain or something.
Jared McCain.
Jared McCain.
Yeah.
But like again, like all these.
We know him. Yeah, Mr. Zest. We know
Mr. Zesty. Oh, Mr. Zest, is that what we call him?
Mr.
Okay.
Zest.
Yeah, so like Mr. Zest, but just okay.
Dunk on him.
Yeah, just dunk on him. It's just saying, like, we have.
You can do it.
Okay, all right. Just let it go. Let it go. I'm sorry. I missed that. No TikTok dances for me.
We have videos.
Yeah, how we do? Okay. To Luke's point, we have moved from the super team era to
The deep team.
the deep team era, and these deep teams are still polarizing. Okay, like OKC, like you said, there was the Shea flopping that made them, kind of like a polarizing team. What?
I remember watching the game and he did the And we were like,
Yeah.
oh, he did the thing.
True.
Just pump faking.
It's like we're watching it. We're like, oh, he's doing the shit. He's getting calls. Yeah, he's doing the James Harden. It's like it's become such a narrative now that's kind of like why we're doing it. But hey, like I'm just happy. At least it's the summer. It's going to be a great summer for sports with the World Cup coming.
Yep.
And so
I'm still not going to watch the regular season next year.
Yeah, neither am I. So, but it was a great playoff.
Great play. I still love the play. Every year when I tune into the playoffs, I'm like, oh, this is great.
Yeah,
but I just do not care about the regular season.
Yeah, that's fine.
For sure.
That's fine. Yeah, like fuck.
I think you have to be like no offense, like it'd be very hard, like for the average like productive adult to keep. Like even for
I always used to watch it. I always used to watch it.
You think so? Like
everybody watches sports. Everybody watches TV. They do their thing. They just don't want to watch.
Yeah, man. It's the same way you watch YouTube, dude. Like people find times. Yeah, like people will.
Yeah, I guess it's just not my thing.
You can just watch it on demand too. You don't even have to like be up at a certain time.
Like think about what is like the main content I consume on YouTube.
Sports like interview content.
Yeah,
basketball.
But you also like I haven't seen you watch like a full like regular season game for any other sport besides maybe like football.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not
because it's all shit.
Yeah, like and my life.
I'm telling you, it's all like the NBA regular season is.
Yeah. But that's shit. Just me. That's just me. Like I promise you, there's a lot of people.
Yeah,
it's the same way. I've never seen you watch fucking prelims on the UFC. But it doesn't mean like you don't love UFC, and it doesn't mean there isn't a lot of people that are watching prelims and making bets and trying to find the next big thing before everybody else, right?
I think that's actually
Scotty Barnes got drafted. Luke watched the summer league that entire summer.
I did actually. I watched.
You watched almost every game.
I watched the draft itself, bro.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, also like let's be fair, it was COVID. I was like working a job that like barely like had any responsibility.
You watch? I can't believe you watched Summer League. This is
no, dude. If you search it back, you could probably see a text.
Are you responsible for this?
No. And by the way, it wasn't COVID. He got drafted in 2021.
Oh, it was right after.
Still right after.
During COVID era. You know what I mean? I remember because I watched the draft in like a student res because this girl that Kajun was seeing at the time like went to York, so we were all in this like student res like room like watching this like on a laptop, basically like 6 of us watching the draft because I think we traded up for the draft pick too. To get Scotty. Like it was like this whole fucking thing.
Yeah. Let it go.
And I think we wanted Scotty. Like I remember we wanted him, and there was a chance we weren't gonna get him because we got like the 4th or 5th pick.
Yeah,
but like we just got it lined up our way. Like we ended up getting him. But anyway, sorry.
No,
we almost got everyone wanted Evan Mobley. I remember that.
Really? Evan Mobley's ended up okay. He was in the he made the conference finals before Scotty.
Yeah, was he not who was the DPOY last year?
It was Evan Mobley.
It was.
Yeah,
it was
Evan.
Yeah.
It was Evan Mobley
last year.
Yeah.
It was
he's pretty good. He was single-handed. Wait, there was a game where he wrecked Toronto in the playoffs this season.
We were so like everyone wanted him. I remember everyone.
Yeah. He kind of single-handed.
No, he's on the Cavs.
Yeah, he's on the Cavs. This year he destroyed us. This year.
Yeah, I think it was like game 3 or game 4 or something. I remember I was like, "Fuck Evan Mobley." It was like a third quarter. It was a third quarter run.
Yeah,
that we were winning the whole game until like 3 minutes left in the third quarter, and Evan Mobley made like 2 threes in a row, and. Yeah, the Cavs didn't lose since after that run, kind of thing. Excuse me. Yeah, they just tied and then they ended up winning. So
rough.
Yeah. So it's polarizing basketball. And now we go to polarizing humans.
Who's more polarizing than Kanye West?
Hey man, the legend is.
No one else that's still alive. I'll tell you that, man. We might have had some contenders back in the day.
More polarizing. Give your arguments right now. Kanye West, Donald Trump.
Ooh. Oh,
that is
Trump.
Okay, make your arguments.
I think it's Trump. Yeah, like just because of the sheer volume.
By the way, give Kanye some credit. Like obviously, like he's pulled back a little bit right now.
Yeah,
I'm saying like maybe a few years ago when it was like really, really like in everyone's face. Donald Trump is obviously still very relevant. You know what I mean?
I think they were like, I would actually argue that Kanye said crazier shit, but like it's just due to the fact that like Trump.
I don't think that's arguable either.
Yeah, Kanye definitely said crazier shit.
Oh
Like,
God.
but the fact that Trump is the president like just makes him more polarizing. It's like the position, you know what I mean? Like artists are known to like push the agenda and stuff like that anyway.
Yeah.
It's like the fact that the president is saying this type of stuff. It's like, you know what I mean?
What has Donald Trump said that is materially worse than Heil Hitler?
Nothing.
Nothing comes close. Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Kanye made a song. He made a song, and there's like multiple times where he says it.
Yeah. No. Yeah. That was. I think that was the chorus of the song where he
It is
just
okay.
played it.
Before we get into like the wider Kanye conversation, I'm actually interested in like what your personal opinion about like this censorship of like stuff like that from a big artists. Like, should like platforms be allowed to basically just be like, you're not allowed to put the song?
Yeah, they can do whatever they want. You know, it's their platform, and yeah, you shouldn't be able to just say and do whatever you want. I don't know. I think there's a limitation.
That's
like,
why.
like I don't think you should. I don't think he was
Yeah.
necessarily inciting violence. And you know, again, I'm not gonna sit here and defend someone's right to use that term in like a song. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I think if you know the kind of reaction you're gonna get, and it's gonna be a negative one, you probably shouldn't do it. But I don't know. Also, there's arguments to be made. I don't know what conversations go up in these boardrooms, right? Like, oh, you think there's gonna be like riots out on the street? Well, there's gonna be arguments that there won't be riots, and that this will just be kind of contained in a bubble. If you know you're in a room and you can have that conversation and come to that decision and evaluate the risks, then sure. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think you should be able to say anything you want with impunity. This is like the whole Chud thing too, eh?
Yeah.
Like you can't just go around.
Chud.
This is the guy who walks around calling people the N-word in like Nashville and shit. You know what I mean?
The guy who shot.
He ended up shooting someone.
Shot someone.
What? Oh.
What?
Nothing.
How did you spell it?
I'm Kane.
I've known you for years.
I don't think it's not on Spotify.
No, I don't think it is.
Is it not on
The song is not on Spotify now.
It's not on Spotify.
I don't think he released it on any
It was
like.
YouTube. It was on YouTube.
Yeah, it was on YouTube.
YouTube kept it up.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
it's
YouTube kept it up.
Respects to you too.
They might have taken it down by now. I actually don't know.
Yeah,
But yeah, I don't know. I think there's definitely like some limits to what you can like say and do on the internet. There should be at least. Otherwise, I don't know. It's just like pretty lawless. But I don't know. What do you think, D? Because like I don't want to like take away someone's right to free speech either. You know what I mean?
No, it's not available on YouTube.
YouTube took it down
YouTube
too.
took it down. I think for me, like there's hate speech, and then there's ambiguity in which people can make their preferences, right? And I think what this Kanye thing has shown is there needs to be a line on what is hate speech and what isn't. Like you know how there's like the 7 like curse words from radio, and people weren't allowed to say it, like, and it was very clear what those 7 words were. And it was like, yeah, you can say heck or darn, like, you know, in place of those words, right? But you can't say those words. And the line was drawn, and it's if you decide to go there, there's like, you know, consequences, right?
Yeah.
I think with the Me Too woke era, right, there we became a lot more conscious of minorities and microaggressions and these things that we do. And with that, we brought in a lot of words that are derogatory. That's exactly what they are. They're derogatory words. Now, that's fine. We want to adjust our language and our speech as society. The question is, how many of those derogatory words cross over to hate speech? Right? And now in the derogatory sense, there's preference, right? Businesses can say, we don't support this derogatory word, we don't do this, we don't do that. Like, that's all like preference, right? It's the same way people have hiring preferences, for Ivy Leagues or for skin color, and like, all these other things. Like, that's fine. There's only like so much you can do, right? But I think the line from derogatory to hate speech was kind of blurred, not like consciously. It was just
thin.
Yeah, it's very thin.
Very thin.
I don't think it can be thin. I think it can be made very solid. I don't think it takes that much work.
Thin.
Yeah, we made it thin. I don't think it was done consciously. I think it was done unconsciously as a side effect of us just being a lot more conscious as society. Yeah. And like again, right? Like the N-word, like the truth is that's derogatory. What? It's derogatory, but
I
not
guess you can say it.
Yeah, like I can. It's derogatory, but is it like hate speech? I don't even know the answer to that.
Yeah.
I think it depends on like the group of people you ask. Like at the end of the day, sorry, I feel like there was a lot there, and the reason I was kind of like chuckling a little bit is I've never seen you, D, like think so carefully about each word that was coming out of your mouth than in like the last 4 to 5 minutes, and I loved just watching you go through that whole thing.
Yeah, I'm usually not that conscious.
Yeah, we're gonna talk.
I know he's allowed to say it. I think I have to remove it later.
Yeah, I think that's a fair. I wrote down
the time at the top.
Got it.
That's a fair comment. I think what I wanted to say was there's a lot to kind of respond to there. The first thing I wanted to say was like, funny enough, me, Arya, and Steph were actually having this discussion last week. Words are just supposed to convey meaning. That's literally what words are, right? Apple and tree and lamp and a bad word. All they are is the word has a meaning. That is what it is. The emotions in which those words that arise from saying those words or using those words in improper contexts, that is completely separate from the meaning of the word. And what's more important is the category in which that word is being utilized, the context, and the wider environment. And that's why I think, generally speaking, yes, it may be valid, and separately there might be an anthropological discussion to basically be like, the history behind this word is negative enough that we as a society will determine that we don't want to use it until like it has radically transformed in like the general population's understanding of it, right? Yeah. So it's okay to like, I think just generally to be like, there are some things that are just net negative because of the history that's associated with those things. Absolutely. So for now we see them as negative, right?
Yeah.
That I feel like is a separate discussion. I'm not really ready to have that discussion because I don't think, frankly, like I have what's the word, the proper education to have a sensitive conversation around like how words should be utilized, things like that. I think like just know the people around you is my comment. What I wanted to like specifically dig a little bit deeper on is like just to clarify, I believe any company is allowed to exercise the things within their company policies, like to the degree, like YouTube is allowed to remove a video if they deem that it violates their company policy. They're 100% allowed to do that. Same thing with Spotify, same thing with any of these other companies. What I want to point out is whenever these things are employed, there's always what's the word, contradictions, right? Like think about this, like the song that we were talking about, the Heil whatever song, right? That song is banned, but the original speech and the subject matter of this is not banned. You can watch this on YouTube. Like you're able to watch the Nuremberg like address and like all these like historic speeches from Hitler itself, right? So I think like this is the only thing I wanted to point out. Like it's not the subject matter. Like in this case, it's clear it's not just the subject matter. It's not like, oh, we can't talk about Hitler at all. It's not that, because if we couldn't talk about Hitler at all, there wouldn't be educational content around it. There wouldn't be anything around it, right? It's kind of just like, nope. Nothing at all. Maybe the subject area here is like, in an educational context, we're okay with this topic. In any other context, we're not okay with this topic. Maybe that's the wider conversation to be had here. But I just think it's interesting, right? And I bet you this, I'm not one to make this argument because like you can't point to something small and be like, well, what about that? Like it's just a fingerprint pointing problem, right? But I guarantee you there's way worse things on YouTube. There's way worse songs on Spotify, right? Like those are not being actively sought after and banned. I think it's undeniable that like the reason why this song was banned was it was specifically by Kanye. he had a specific platform, he had a very wide reach, and that's why like actions were taken, right? So I think like all this to say, I think any perspective is valid. Like you can say that's unfair, you can say it's fair. I just think like at the end of the day, we're not talking about whether or not a company's allowed to do this, because yes, they're obviously allowed to do this.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's I think you gave a very nuanced take there, and I think that's why there's just a lot here. And I know like earlier there was the whole conversation of okay, so he hurt people, he clearly knows it's wrong. He's in his own way trying to make amends. Is he trying to make amends so he can sell more music and clothes, or is he trying to make amends because he truly feels that way? Like who's the judge here? How should we feel? There was like all of that, but I don't know, like there was SoFi, right? That kind of broke the internet, broke the world again. It was a crazy financial, like I think 80K over 2 days. Some of the highest grossing concerts in the US.
Yep.
Then there was Wireless and him getting banned from the UK. And the conversation we're talking about, being like big and pre-SoFi, he took out a whole Wall Street ad or Wall Street Journal ad to apologize and stuff. And, there's videos of him with the rabbi and they let him do SoFi. Why he died. I'm just saying what he actually did. And then
everything's a publicity stunt with him.
Yeah, man. Like with him, like there's a lot going on.
It's probably his idea to take a photo of the rabbi too. Huh?
It was like a full video.
No. Hear me out. I'm gonna go meet a fucking rabbi.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna have a kosher lunch with him.
I think that is what happened. Well, the rabbi must have that agreed to meet with him. Who knows?
He got paid a little bit.
Like who knows? Let's not speculate there. Well, all of this to say, so he did that, and then SoFi, and then after SoFi, he announced Wireless. I remember the SoFi like stage was incredible, broke the internet. Wireless, the UK comes on and is like, you're not allowed in our country. And even though Wireless is like, hey, like we want him.
Yeah.
We want him to perform. Like we're like Wireless so we're talking about like companies having policies and preferences. So Wireless as a company is saying, hey, we're cool with this. And the country is like, fuck you.
Wait,
the country's preferences supersede the company.
Yeah.
Can I ask something?
Go.
So why is it then that the US government is not allowed to be like Iran, you can't come for the World Cup, but like the UK is allowed to ban Kanye then? Like just genuinely speaking, like just trying to like anecdotally compare these two examples. Because what we were talking about as well on Saturday was like, we were kind of talking about the World Cup and we were like, oh, Iran's going to come and play in the World Cup, right? But like Trump was like, no, we're not allowing these guys to come into like the States. So why is the UK allowed to do that to Kanye? But Trump's not allowed to. Is it because
isn't Trump doing that, or he's not allowed to?
No, Iran's playing the World Cup.
Oh,
like,
really? Okay.
Like that's my understanding. Like I don't think
they're playing 2 games in Los Angeles.
And if FIFA, I think, was like, oh, we're gonna like sue the US government if like you guys like basically don't back off, basically. But I don't know. Like I just thought that was
the
interesting.
US can do it. They just haven't. Trump likes to say a lot of things.
So maybe it's just like that was a just Trump thing and not the US government.
Yeah, he just likes to say things.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes.
I'm sure, like like the same way the UK did it, which is have like their in the UK it's the home office, and the US it's what
the US government communicated that it did not want the Iranian team staying overnight on US soil. As a result, following FIFA's intervention, the Iranian team moved their official base camp from Tucson to Tijuana, Mexico.
There we go. Okay, so
the Iranian team will sleep in Mexico and only cross the border on chartered flights for the specific Group G matches in the US. In cities like Los Angeles and Seattle.
That's kind of brutal.
Sheesh. Wow. They really said you're not allowed in the country.
They said you're not allowed to stay overnight in the country.
Yeah, stay overnight.
It's you have too much time to plant a bomb.
Yeah. Wow.
They can sneak out of their hotel in the middle of the night and go to the Pentagon.
Sheesh.
Probably shouldn't have said that, actually.
Sheesh. as the one Iranian on this podcast.
I think you specifically should not have said
I'm so joking. Can you repeat what I just said?
Yeah,
Just to
no,
take some off of me?
he's
I'm
trust.
joking.
Like, if there was actually someone who cared about Iran, it would be this guy. I'm joking. So yeah, U.S.
It's just making it worse for me. Like, in so many regards, he's making it worse.
Oh my god.
It's okay, let's just
the
ignore that.
IRC would
We'll
not
just
be proud.
yeah, we might as well keep digging. The Chinese national also is extremely interested in
Nah,
the mistakes of Iran.
again, right? Like, when we talk about people being loyal to their home countries, these two are not the poster
Okay,
boys.
but wait, okay, so just building off of this, the Kanye thing though.
Yeah.
Something else that I thought was like just on the cancellation thing, because I don't want to get too far away from that, because I think we got too deep into the like him like getting banned and stuff, but like just people enjoying his music still. Like, that's the main thing I wanted to talk about, and like I think like the demand for this like this concert, because honestly, like, we were literally talking about like, yo, do we fly to the UK to see
Yeah.
Kanye?
Yeah.
Do you
No,
remember?
it
Like,
was in the UK.
It was somewhere in Europe.
It was Albania or
Albania,
something like
yeah.
that.
Albania.
It was Albania or something like that. And I was down to do it, man. I
yeah,
was down to go to like some
I'm not rich enough,
weirdo
sorry.
country.
it was. That was
You know how
the reason we
cheap
did
like
it.
the hotels there would be and everything?
That's fair.
the flight.
like,
flight
I
to
would
it,
be
though,
down.
was
The
not
flight
cheap.
would be
The
down.
flight was,
was not
it was just under $1,000.
Oh, I thought it was like 1,300 or something.
No,
like that.
no.
Uh,
We can find it cheaper.
Anyway,
No, the demand is there, Luke.
yeah,
I want to see him
the demand is
on
there,
a globe,
but
On a globe.
like
Yeah.
standing on top of the world.
Let's just go to LA.
is he playing in LA?
No, he already played.
He already
LA.
played.
Yeah.
Let's just go and hope that he does it again.
I think, well, the world has to fucking open it up. So it's like, can you imagine? Like, I feel like everybody else in the world is like, oh, I wish I was in the US so I could go see this artist. And then for like one of the biggest artists in the world, it's like, oh, wow, you can see him anywhere that's not the US and Canada.
Well, that's what happens when you cancel him, man. That's not.
Yeah.
It's not no one
Yeah.
else but you, right?
No, like,
He's playing in Tampa Bay at
Tampa
the end
Bay.
of June.
okay, in June.
In Tampa, sorry, at the
Yeah.
end of June. And then, oh yeah, you can see the wireless stuff on Ticketmaster has been canceled. That's so funny.
Wow.
The listings are still there. Holy crap! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shows got canceled.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, the wireless, the 2026 one.
The UK
Finsbury
backing
Park.
from,
And then Italy. It's playing in Italy July 18th.
that's going to be lit.
Yeah.
'Cause
Reggio Emilia, Italia, RCF Arena.
Well, that's gonna be so lit, man. Yeah, I know Europe is gonna have a Kanye summer, which would
Yeah.
be so dope.
Yeah.
But I do want to see him, and the demand is there. The videos look sick, right? Like, you
And
know,
it just goes to show you, man. It's actually like the Europeans, they hold it down, because you know what else is for the, you know what's funny? Like, back when they were trying to cancel Michael Jackson because of all the like, you know, the stuff that came out after he died.
yeah,
Like,
Back then, it wasn't canceling. They took him to trial, man.
they did, but like they were trying to like, people were like,
And it
listen to-
still didn't work.
yeah, absolutely. But it's like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're, by the way, like, you can totally separate the art from the artist, and Michael Jackson is the example.
yeah.
People separate the art from the artist with Michael Jackson.
Mhm.
People love Michael Jackson. Europeans have been saying it even before like we started like reaccepting him. Like, they're like, I'm sorry, there's nothing you can do to make me dislike Michael Jackson. It's just like he makes amazing music, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, I guess to some people that's also Kanye, right? So-
Yeah. No, I to me that's Kanye, man.
Honestly,
I love
this
me
is
some
not a
Kanye.
bad idea, by the way. Tampa for a weekend at the end of June to go see Kanye West, and tickets are only like $180.
Yeah, it might not be bad.
Might be
I could probably get like, you know, Amex points. Actually, that might not be.
the worst thing.
Fuck.
You can talk about it after.
Yeah, we could talk about fuck.
Talk about it.
We're doing some live
We have
research right now.
decisions to make later.
Decisions right now.
Anyways, I was gonna ask you guys, yeah, what do you think is driving this demand? Because like, why do like global promoters like still bet on it? But like, it's clearly like high stakes, right? Because I'm sure Wireless lost a lot of money like just prepping for that before it got canned, right?
Yeah.
So that was definitely a huge risk that they took on. It didn't pay off, right? Luke is looking at flights. It's okay, we can do this after.
Yeah.
But like, why do you think people still love him?
The music is fucking phenomenal.
Absolutely.
It's just phenomenal, man. Like I there's just like, you know, it's like one of those things when people are just good at a craft, you usually have to be in the craft to understand how good they are.
Mhm.
But when someone is exceptional at a craft, the average layman can understand it.
Yeah.
And that is what that's literally what separates exceptional people. When you're so good at something, like you get to a point where like the average person can actually just like be like, wow, like I've never seen that. I've never heard that. I've never experienced that, right? Like I feel like all of us have a memory of like hearing all of the lights or like a song like that
So
for the
true.
first time. It's just like the way that those instruments work together, the way that like the buildup of that song worked, the way it like you could feel like that energy like in your body. You know what I mean? Like it's just so insane. It's kind of like, you know, like you for so long you're eating like fucking like store-bought like frozen pizza, and then one day you get like a Body Ollie pizza. You're like, first of all, I didn't know like the bottom of a pizza could be crusty, like could be like crunchy. I didn't know that like the dough itself could have a very specific flavor. Like there are things that you didn't even just like realize you could discover. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. If you can't tell, I'm a Kanye fan.
They canceled the entire conference just because Kanye West.
The entire festival, yeah.
The entire festival.
The
Yeah, they
entire
canceled the
festival.
entire festival.
He was supposed to headline the entire thing. They didn't even announce anybody else.
Yep. And do you know what's even crazier? Because I watched the interview of the CEO of Wireless. All the sponsors that said they weren't comfortable, they checked with the sponsors. The sponsors approved. Not only that, the UK granted Kanye a visa.
Yeah, and they took it away.
And so sponsors approved, the
Government
country approved,
issued, yeah.
everybody, they did all the due diligence. And then he did SoFi, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, this is insane! He's back. He's untouchable. He's uncancelable."
This is why the UK is falling apart.
And some
DK
happened,
was like, no.
Something happened in between SoFi and like after the SoFi, and they were like, "Yeah, none of that's happening." But again, I think to answer your question, yes, like the music is undeniable. And then I was gonna say too, like, excuse me, if you think about like the market for concerts right now, there's not many, like if you're a small act, like up and coming, like I don't know, I haven't been paying attention to music as much, like sure, I might go see you, but the concert market has been driven by these mega concerts.
Absolutely.
Like this Bruno Mars stadium show that just happened this weekend. Or okay, Arya has thoughts about that. Or the
What?
Taylor Swift, I don't know, he just rolled his eyes nasty. Who?
I'm
What
saying
do you
that
not
I'm saying
like
that
about
very
Bruno
soft because I
Mars?
know Luke loves him.
Yeah, like Bruno Mars is
Yeah, I
like,
know
I don't like
good.
love
He's
Bruno
good.
Mars,
He's
but
good.
everyone like likes Bruno
yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
You know
He's
what I
not the kind of artist you can have a polarizing opinion about.
Because he
I
doesn't.
don't really like.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's not polarizing at all, right? I could care less about him. I think.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's
Yeah.
leave.
Anyway,
Arya
sorry.
alone. But yeah, I was
distraction.
just talking to Mega, the Bruno Mars, the Beyonce, the Kendrick and SZA, the Taylor Swift. You know, it's these big acts drawing big crowds, and man, like, you know, a lot of these people when they came out, right, their cohorts were like kids and stuff. And now like they're filthy rich. Like something comes to my mind right now. Mutual friend, um we went to I don't want to say his name, but I'll hint at him. We went to Tremblant with them and their brother.
Okay.
And I remember, I think we were playing some Kanye, and he was like, "Oh my gosh!" I remember when Through the Wire came out, like, and with his mouth shut, like that was my shit. Like that dude's like a millionaire right now.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean? Like he's been like a Kanye fan from like when he was a kid. There's a lot of millennials that are millionaires right now, and a lot of
And
you
they
know.
love
And they might not
Kanye.
know Bully or Donda but they know Jesus Walks. They know I Wonder. They know Stronger. They know Can't
Black
Tell Me
Kid
Nothing.
It is undeniable that anyone who even listened to a monochrome of hip hop music throughout the early 2000s into the early 2010s did not know who Kanye West was.
Yeah.
Or did not have at least one song on their playlist at one point throughout those years. It is undeniable. Like he is the foundation for modern hip hop the way that we know it today.
Absolutely.
And
He's the foundation. Nobody's wearing polos before him.
dude, and I'm so glad
Lil Wayne would be nothing without Kanye West.
I'm so glad you said that too, because it's like you're right in the sense of like the greats are so great that not just because of their own abilities and the things that they produce, but the things that they inspire and touch. Like without Kanye, we don't have Travis Scott, we don't have Lil
Kid
Wayne,
Cudi.
we don't have Kid Cudi, we don't have like
Drake.
We don't have Drake.
Yeah, like
literally, we don't have Drake.
the way that his music changed, audio mixing and just like the way that we interact with samples, like the type of music we love today is pretty much based off of that. Like,
That's so
think
true.
about the type of music we love, like Afro beats and all this stuff. Like, it is very like sample
heavy,
melodic,
yeah.
instrumental heavy, right?
That's so true.
Even someone like Bad Bunny, like none of this is net new. Like he's taking
It's
from
all
those old samples.
super melodic, hip hoppy.
Yeah,
He blurred those two. That's so true. That's so true.
it's kind of like me finding about Volvo, and like they're the ones that came up with like basically they invented the airbag.
Mm.
Like every single car company basically has Volvo to thank for like airbags, like two-way doors, like I think like 20 essential like auto innovations came from Volvo. And it's like one of those things where like if you ever drove a Volvo, you'd be like, oh, this is an incredible car. But then like you find out like, oh, this auto manufacturer literally set the foundation for all of these others, right? So it's insane, man. Like I think it's one of those things where like someone like him and Drake, I don't think will be really appreciated until they're gone, truthfully speaking.
Well, he's appreciated plenty right now.
He's won awards.
His
won
ego,
Grammys.
his ego is a little.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie. Like a lot of Kanye West's undoing is his own fault.
Absolutely.
So you can't. He's not blameless. You can't just go around saying anything with impunity.
Yeah, because he does that.
You can't
pretty
do that,
often,
even if you're Kanye West, and this is proof.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think all of this makes him a martyr or a pariah?
Martyr.
Wait.
I'm like martyr. Like, what is he dying for?
Well, for himself.
For himself.
Yeah. For his fans.
For his fans.
Yeah, it's two things. When the world chastises you, right? You have to look at what you represent, right? So I'm asking if he's a martyr in the sense of like, does this event happening advance his agenda?
Absolutely.
Right?
Yes.
Or does this event prevent him now from being able to be successful and bringing success to those around him going forward? Those are the two questions in more detail that you should answer when I ask, is he a martyr or a pariah?
I think his personal agenda, I think the lore of Kanye West has only gotten bigger. I think because it's like the same, he's just staged. So like, you remember the, what's it called? Slavery was a choice. Trump. Like, Jesus Christ, Kanye. Like,
That was
God,
I totally forgot about that.
Like,
Slavery was a choice was the first
It
domino.
was what was it? He went to World Star like
TMZ,
and then he was
talking to Harvey Levin.
arguing with that guy and just
remember he ran for president and was crying and
He
said,
didn't run for president. He said he was gonna.
He did.
no, he ran. He had
did.
votes, dude.
He had write-in votes. He didn't officially run, I don't think.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think he officially ran.
All I'm saying is
I could be wrong.
The lore of Kanye has only gotten bigger with this SoFi and I don't know if you guys saw it, he did like another concert in Turkey on Saturday, and that ended up being, I think it said 118,000 people attended. Turkey said it's the biggest attended concert in the world.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. He ran for president in 2020. He ran as an independent candidate representing his own self-styled third party, which he named the birthday party.
I remember that. I remember that.
Because he declared his candidacy late on July 4th, he missed the registration deadline for most states. He successfully appeared on the ballot in only 12 states.
Yeah. He ran like again.
He received 60,000 to 66,000 votes nationally out of 160 million cast, capturing about 0.04% of the total votes. His strongest showing was in Tennessee.
What is going on?
10,000 votes in Tennessee.
Anyways, this is besides the point. I was saying
His unconventional platform included policy ideas modeled after the fictional kingdom of Wakanda from Black Panther.
You fucking did it.
An emphasis on cleaning up household chemicals, a strong military defense, and anti-abortion stances.
Look, I don't know. I don't know what I will say about Kanye, like in terms of like how this helped as like martyr versus pariah. I will say I think he is arguably one of the most interesting people of our generation. Just even thinking about like everything he did, like, you know what I mean? Married Kim Kardashian, which at that time meant something.
Yeah.
You know, like the peaks of Kanye West are just so hard to like ever come close to. Like everything he accomplished at that peak, like being the person he was in music, and then doing what he did in fashion, inspiring basically after him one of the most influential fashion designers of our generation, right? That was his side project. Like this guy was like on some Steve Jobs shit where he was like, "Oh, you're gonna fire me from Apple? I'll go start Pixar now. I'll go just start the best animation studio to have ever been existed. Like because you fired me from this company." Like he was literally.
Then he did shoes. That was clothes, and then he did shoes.
He brought back Adidas basically from like from cultural relevancy because they were so relevant in sports, but from general culture and fashion, like they were like completely getting dominated.
The reason why is why do we all like wear like Asics and Saucony and like the dad shoe? Like, you know, he brought back the dad shoe.
Yeah.
He brought the Boost, like the Ultra Boost and all of those. Well, he said, like in his own words, he saw the Rocher runs and he was like, I can do better. Yeah. And then he did the Boost, and then after the Boost, he brought the dad shoe.
And are we not going to talk about how the Boost likely inspired companies like Hoka and All Running and like those are the brands that saw like a shoe like the Boost and they were like, we can charge above $200 for a product that is like both athletic and like, fits well, but also like fits this new category of people which are looking for like, you know, fashion, but also just like general comfort.
Sporty, you know,
Nike has the craziest thing to do. Sign Kanye.
I mean, I saw that somewhere.
Nike should do it.
Like, because Nike's in a world of pain right now.
Yeah, like you want to save yourself, just do it. What do you have to lose?
I was gonna say, so I agree there, and I think that Kanye is Laura's advanced. Now, I think the people around him, though, because that was the second thing. Like, if you associate with Kanye now,
it's tough.
Like, that's like him for himself, great. Him for others around him, I don't know. Like, there's like, I don't know. Yeah, that I don't know going forward. So he might be both, like both a martyr and a
his diehards are a little weird. I'm not gonna lie, like he's super diehard
for sure.
But you know, I think his legacy will remain. He'll continue to be polarizing. I think people will continue to draw inspiration from him. He's gonna continue to do interviews and say crazy shit. None of that is gonna end. I think he's definitely more of a martyr than a pariah. If he offered anyone an interview, they would take it. And I think that dispels the pariah argument entirely.
Fair enough.
So, but see,
there's the economic gain that comes with him anyway.
Then you're not a pariah.
Okay, fair enough.
If you can bring economic gain to someone, you're not a pariah.
Okay, all right.
My outro is let's stop making martyrs of artists because how silly would it be if we were like, we can't eat strawberry like cream pies because like the baker who made it was affiliated with some political movement back in like the 80s that we didn't agree with. So that's never applied to food. That's never applied to clothing because I bet you all of the most staple clothing pieces were probably made by some pretty deplorable people. Like imagine who invented this, like the suit jacket, bro. Like, but no, we're not stopping any of that. So why should we have to like stop listening to music because like an artist changed like over the 50 years of his life? I think I should still be allowed to enjoy the music he made in his 20s. So stop making musicians martyrs because I want to keep enjoying music.
Yeah.
Sorry, I laughed because you said strawberry shortcake. Yeah. It reminded me of Jeff Ross at Kevin Hart's roast wearing the Eddie Murphy jacket, and then Tony Hinchcliffe came out and said Jeff Ross looks like the ghost of strawberry cheesecake.
I do remember that.
Sorry, that was good.
That was good.
Oh, that made for an interesting conversation. We are about time right now, so thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for listening and tuning into another episode of the Three Wise Guys podcast. We love you for listening, and until next time, one love.